Hello everyone, Cheryl Gallagher here, with a question. How would we respond if definitive evidence of non-human intelligence were ever fully confirmed? For most of human history, this question was a subject of imagination more than policy. Today, however, the conversation is rapidly changing. Advances in science and technology have brought questions about life beyond Earth into more serious public and academic discussion. My purpose today is not to predict disclosure nor speculate about what the evidence may or may not be or exist. Rather, I want to explore a different question. If humanity were ever confronted with a transformative discovery of this magnitude, are our institutions, cultures, and systems prepared to respond wisely? Because preparedness is not prediction. It is responsible governance. Why are we having this conversation? Several developments have contributed to renewed interest. Astrobiology and exoplanet research continue to expand our understanding of potentially habitable worlds. Governments in multiple countries have increased attention to reports of unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAP. NASA and other scientific organizations have encouraged more systematic approaches to data connection and analysis. At the same time, advances in artificial intelligence, sensor technologies, and observational capacities are rapidly increasing our ability to detect and evaluate unusual phenomena. Taken together, these developments have moved the question of non-human intelligence from the margins of public discourse toward legitimate scientific and policy consideration. This does not mean conclusions have been reached. It means the conversation itself has become increasingly relevant. In many ways, humanity has already begun preparing for this conversation. Throughout history, cultures around the world have told stories of beings from the heavens, visitors from other realms, and intelligences beyond ordinary human experience. In modern times, science fiction expanded these questions dramatically and have served as a cultural laboratory. It has allowed societies to rehearse possible encounters with the unknown and examine how humans react when confronted by something fundamentally different than themselves. Long before science could investigate these questions systematically, culture was already exploring them. Science fiction asks, what if we're not alone? What would contact look like? How might societies respond? Science approaches the same questions differently. Researchers search for biosignatures, technosignatures, evidence of habitability, and data that can be independently verified. The goals are different, but both approaches have value. One helps us imagine possibilities, and the other helps us evaluate evidence. Together, they contribute to humanity's broader preparation for uncertainty and discovery. If definitive evidence of non-human intelligence were ever confirmed, the consequences would likely extend far beyond science. The impact could be cultural, philosophical, psychological, economic, on every level, let's face it. What does it mean to be human in a larger cosmic context? Our education systems would have to adapt, and importantly, cultures would not respond uniformly. Different societies, belief systems, and communities would interpret the same information through different cultural lenses. Understanding these differences would be essential to maintaining social cohesion and mutual respect. The implications could also extend into governance and economics. History shows that major information events often produce both opportunity and disruption. Financial markets could react rapidly to uncertainty with possible extreme volatility. Public trust can be strengthened or weakened depending on how information is communicated. Governments may face increased demands for transparency. International competition and cooperation could both intensify. Now, none of these outcomes are inevitable, but they illustrate why preparation matters. The more prepared institutions are, the more effectively they can respond to uncertainty while maintaining public confidence and stability. The bottom line is, preparation reduces risk. Fortunately, humanity already has experience preparing for uncertain but potentially high-impact events. We prepared for pandemics, monitor near-Earth objects that could pose risks, invest in cybersecurity, develop climate adaptation strategies. We plan for natural disasters. In each case, preparation occurs before certainty exists. The purpose is not to predict exactly what will happen. The purpose is to improve resilience. Responsible planning does not require certainty, but it does require recognizing that some possibilities may carry significant consequences if they occur. If preparedness is worthwhile, what might it look like? A global framework could include several components. Scientific verification protocols that emphasize transparency, reducibility, and international collaboration. Mechanisms for international coordination to reduce confusion and conflicting responses. Public communication strategies designed to share information accurately and responsibly. Cultural impact assessments that help policymakers understand how different communities may interpret significant discoveries. Mental health and social resilience planning will be very important. And finally, educational initiatives that strengthen scientific literacy and critical thinking skills. Financial systems and governance institutions may also require contingency planning to ensure stability during periods of extreme uncertainty. The goal here is not to create fear. It is to strengthen resilience, transparency, and informed public engagement. The conversation belongs to all of us. Scientists, policymakers, educators, cultural leaders, and space organizations each have important roles to play. We can encourage evidence-based discussion, reduce misinformation, promote scientific literacy, foster international dialogue, and we can help institutions develop the capacity to respond thoughtfully to uncertainty. Preparation is not solely a scientific responsibility, it's a societal and global responsibility that we all share together. Concluding with this thought, whether truly definitive evidence of non-human intelligence emerges this year, next year, or ever, examining the possibility has value. The process of preparing for transformative discoveries strengthens international cooperation, cultural resilience, scientific literacy, and economic stability. It encourages thoughtful approaches to global governance. Humanity has repeatedly demonstrated remarkable adaptability throughout history. The question before us is not whether humanity can survive disclosure. The question is whether humanity can prepare wisely for profound new knowledge about our place in the universe. Thank you for your attention.